Okay, episode 2 of the Double Play Tag Team Show on YouTube.
So first, we're going to do the NFL Championship recap.
All right, that was a great weekend of football.
Yep. So first, we have the Kansas City Chiefs beating the Buffalo Bills.
What was the final score in that?
32-29.
Okay, so how are you feeling about that game?
Yeah, it was good. Yeah, so the drop. No one should be blaming him for the drop. You know what I mean?
By drop, you're referring to Kincaid?
Yeah, Kincaid.
The tight end?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, that was a hard catch to make.
Yeah.
You know, he had to dive for it. It was kind of throwing like a lob.
Yeah.
Bad weather, cold weather, slick
And Josh
field.
just launched it anyway.
Yeah, I mean, he didn't really have another choice at that situation because he was under pressure.
It was a good throw, actually. For 4 people coming after him.
For the situation he was in,
Yeah.
it was a good throw. I just feel bad for the Bills, man. I really thought they had a shot to pull it off this year.
No, but
Kansas,
I saw this one video. This guy had predicted the New York Jets won the division. No, I thought the Dolphins were going to win the division because Bills didn't have any wide receiver. Their defense was questionable. But Josh Allen's having a really good season.
He absolutely carried that team this year.
Yeah.
I don't think, we're going to find out what the MVP results are.
Yeah, we'll recap that on our next episode.
Yeah, part of our Super Bowl preview show. But I don't know. I think that could have went one way or the other between him or Lamar.
Because people are saying, oh, well, Josh Allen and Lamar are kind of equal in weapons, which they're kind of right. Jay Flowers isn't that good of a receiver, in my opinion, because, he shouldn't have made the Pro Bowl. I don't even want to bring up the Pro Bowl. I'm not trying to be mean or anything. He had a good season, but Brian Thomas had a better season.
Okay. I mean, you're entitled to your opinion. Anyway, back to the AFC Championship. The Kansas City Chiefs once again pull it out in a close game. Head into the Super Bowl to try and do the three-peat.
Yeah.
And they've got our Eagles in the way. We'll get to the NFC Championship in a minute, I'm sure. Happy for Andy Reid. I like to see him still be successful. He was always a great coach when he was with the Eagles. And, I just don't want to see it happen at the Eagles' expense. I don't know if Buffalo's ever going to be able to get over the hump.
Yeah.
We'll see.
I think it's possible.
It's definitely possible.
Yeah.
It just seems like they cannot get past Kansas City.
Yeah. I wanted them to win. I don't think no one wants, except Chiefs fans, wants to see the three-peat.
Yeah, I was really hoping for
the
Eagles-Bills Super Bowl.
Yeah. Honestly, Eagles-Bills Super Bowl would have worried me more than the Chiefs-Eagles Super Bowl for some reason. Okay, on to the NFC Championship. The Eagles beat the Commanders 55-23.
I told you they were going to crush them.
I said by at least 10 points. No one thought they were going to win by 30. You know what I mean? The Fox stats showed, no one has... Brady said that no one has ever lost if they scored 40 or more points in a championship game. But they scored the most points in a championship game in history.
How about that?
Yeah, I think the former one was 51. Yeah.
Most points scored in an AFC or NFC championship.
Yeah, and they thought we scored more points than the wild card and divisional combined in the NFC Championship.
7 touchdowns in one game. 3 for Hurts, 3 for Barkley.
And 1 for Shipley.
Passing for Hurts, right?
Yeah.
How many rushing touchdowns did Hurts have? 2, right?
Yeah.
2 rushing, 1 passing.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then Barkley had 3 and Will Shipley had 1.
Yeah, good for Shipley, man.
Yeah.
That was awesome to see Saquon put his helmet on and run back out on the field and celebrate with Shipley.
Yeah.
That was cool. Feeling really good about the Birds. Yep. They're playing up to their potential. Defense looked great, too, forcing 4 turnovers. They were all over the place.
Our offense had no turnovers, too. No turnovers.
Yep. Key to win the game.
Yep.
Punching the ball out.
Yep.
The Eagles defense, man, it's like every time there's a play, you got no less than 2 players at the ball at the end of that play. Unless it's something like that Nolan Smith sack where he ran down Jaden Daniels and got him by the ankles. Man, it just seems like every week there's multiple guys stepping up and making plays on that defense.
Oren Burks even had a good game.
for the second week in a
Yeah,
row.
didn't he have like a strip fumble or something? I think he did.
He may have been one of the
Yeah.
guys that forced the fumble.
Yeah.
I'm not sure. We'd have to look into that and check it
Yeah.
out. But he's been awesome. I mean, when
Yeah.
you talk about next man up, he's done everything that you could possibly ask of him. Mm-hmm. As you know, we're taking place of Nakobe Dean. And I know we're going to talk a little bit about the Super Bowl before we get into our Super Bowl show next week. But I don't know if you know or not, but Brandon Graham was activated from IR this morning, and he's practicing.
Yeah.
That's cool. I don't know yet if he'll be cleared to play. Mm-hmm. If he does, I'm sure it'll be a limited snap count.
I bet you if he wins the Super Bowl, sadly he'll retire on a good note.
Yeah, but that'd be awesome.
Unless he has confidence that that we're gonna win the Super Bowl next year. I'm not trying to get him ahead of himself like Cowboys fans.
not just that he would think that the team. I'm sure he thinks the team could be in contention next year, no matter what happens this week. But I think that it's up to him and where he's at on his body and his career for things.
So we'll talk about the Super Bowl a little bit here. KC basically even by 1.5, but Eagles by 56%. So
according to the ESPN football index, right?
Yep.
Which is more stat driven, right?
I always look at the bottom of the screen when I'm looking at the TV.
Yeah,
it always shows all the stats.
That's that's a testament to the talent on the Eagles.
Yeah.
I think I don't think anybody will argue with the fact that the Eagles are the more talented team on paper. But again, they're going up against the Chiefs, who are going for a third straight Super Bowl, one of the greatest coaches of all time.
Yeah. Did you see Jason's rooting against Travis in the Super Bowl and rooting for Eagles?
Well, I don't think he said he's rooting against Travis. He said he wants to see Travis have a good game.
Yeah.
And he's going to feel bad for whoever doesn't win.
Yeah. I'm not trying to say rooting against Travis, but I meant like rooting against the Chiefs. Like against the Chiefs, because if you're rooting for the Eagles, you're obviously rooting against the Chiefs.
Sure.
I guess. But Saquon Barkley versus the Chiefs defense, we'll give you a little sneak peek into the Super Bowl show.
The Chiefs have not given up 100 yards to a single rusher in 19 games.
Yeah.
How do you feel about that?
Yeah. Jalen Hurts, if he has the same game as last week, I think we have a good shot.
Yeah, Barkley really set the tone on that first play from scrimmage.
Yeah.
Going 60 yards to the house, and everybody was unsure about Hurts' situation with his knee coming in.
Yeah.
Then he does what he did.
He rushed for 2 yards.
Two rushing touchdowns.
Two rushing touchdowns.
And he looked great doing it.
Yeah, and he looked great passing, too. Did you see that one run play
did.
that he had down to like the 5-yard line?
Sure did.
Yeah.
And, that opens up so much of the Eagles' run game for Barkley. And, there's no reason to think that the Chiefs, that run defense is not going to be tested.
Yeah. So, next we have the rename of the Vince Lombardi Trophy. What are your opinions on it?
Oh, the whole discussion of what Belichick said during an interview over the weekend, or the other day. I mean, it's not the worst thing in the world. I think talking about what we watched on Get Up this morning, where they were talking about not renaming the Lombardi, but potentially giving the Super Bowl MVP trophy a name. I think that's a better idea.
Yeah, I think that's a good idea. But did Tom win Super Bowl MVP every Super Bowl he won?
No.
Okay.
Especially not early on in his career.
Because
I think I'm not sure on how many Super Bowl MVPs he has.
Yeah, Gronk probably stole 1 or 2 from him too. Maybe.
I don't know if Gronk ever got a Super Bowl MVP.
Has a tight end ever won Super Bowl MVP?
I'm not sure.
I've never heard of a tight end that has.
We'll have to check.
We'll have to check it in our next episode.
It's a good trivia question.
Yeah. If any of you guys know, you get to comment in the video for us.
Yeah, leave a comment if you know if a tight end has ever won Super Bowl MVP. Yeah. I'm not sure.
So next, we're going on to the NBA. We didn't talk about the NBA in our first episode.
Yeah, our first NBA action here.
We're Sixers fans. They won 4 straight. That's good.
Yep. Last night they beat the Kings.
By like 13 points, I think.
And that was a close game, really. Up till late
Did you see Maxi's averaging like 34 points per game in the last 5 games?
Really?
He had 43 2 games ago, and then he just had 34 this game.
Well, that's awesome.
He's on a hot streak.
Yep. They're not going to be able to do anything without Maxey, obviously, at this point in the season with Embiid never playing. And
Embiid hasn't played. He was out of the MVP conversation Like, I wouldn't say he was going to win it, but the NBA has a rule if you miss, like, I think it's 17
it was like
games.
3 weeks into the season he was disqualified.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
anyway.
So, if you want to share your favorite player of all time, because I know you don't know about current.
Yeah, I'm not that in tune with the current NBA like you are. You know, I watch the NBA when I watch the Sixers with you. I watch it, even when I watch it by myself, it's just the Sixers. I don't really usually watch any other games. I know you watch a lot of it. My all-time, Michael Jordan. Loved him growing up. You know, being the age I was, born in '86, and watching that Bulls dynasty in the '90s. And then for me, a close second is probably Iverson.
Yeah, I liked Iverson.
He was great.
Yeah. My current favorite is Anthony Edwards, and my all-time favorite is Kobe Bryant.
Okay.
He was just a good mentor and stuff. I saw this one thing. This goes off topic, but it's still about the NBA. Austin Reeves, he was a rookie, and he tried to get to the game before LeBron James. Like, if it was a 7:30 game, he would start at like 3:30, and LeBron was already there. He would go at 2:30. LeBron was already there.
You talking LeBron or you mean Kobe?
LeBron.
Oh, okay.
And Austin Reeves, the rookie, tries to go before him, and he goes 1:30. LeBron's still there. He said the closest he ever got was when he saw LeBron pulling his car into the parking lot.
Ahead of him.
Yeah.
That's funny. Hey, you got to put the work in. You can't be great without putting that work in.
He's 40 years old, but he's still working.
Yeah, and that's a good example that he's setting. You know, he's got his son there in the NBA now. He's showing him, the kind of work ethic it takes to.
He's in the G League now, but
still, he's showing him the kind of work ethic, and not just his son. Everybody else that looks up to him. He's showing them what kind of work ethic it takes to stay at the
His other son,
top.
Bryce James, his youngest son, just committed to Arizona.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
They've got a good program going
He'll probably
on there.
try to play with him too.
Who knows? Who knows how long he'll stick around.
First, he'll probably be the only one who has a father-son trio in the next 100 years.
I think his other son even has to play a little bit yet before we even know if he has a shot at being in the NBA, let alone drafted by the Lakers too.
Yeah. So, do you want to hop to WWE now?
We got the Royal Rumble coming up in 2 days.
Yep. First, I want to go over the Saturday night's main event results. So, Braun Breaker beat Sheamus. We didn't know a lot about that match. Jacob Fatu destroyed Braun Strowman. It's not even funny. After the match, Jacob Fatu took a chair and slammed it into Braun Strowman's head, and Braun Strowman was somehow still moving, but he was gushing blood everywhere, and they had to get a medic.
Jeez.
That just shows how... If Solo wasn't their tribal chief, I think Jacob Fatu would be one of the best wrestlers in the business right now.
Oh, he might already be and just hasn't shown it yet, right?
Skill-wise, yeah.
I think he's got a big future.
Yeah.
He's good. He's getting some more mic time, cutting promos and stuff like that, and I think it's only a matter of time before he's in a title match.
Yeah. So next we have Gunther beat Jey Uso.
Yeah, you thought that was going to happen. We both thought it was going to happen. We were hoping Jey would be able to pull it out and they would, let him have a run with the title. But nope, Gunther still has the title.
Yep.
And,
so now we could go from Gunther to Drew McIntyre, like I said last episode.
That was your prediction, right? That he would drop the title to McIntyre at some point before WrestleMania. That's entirely still possible. Who knows? Obviously the road to WrestleMania is all well
just
underway
starting,
now.
Basically.
Yeah, but it's now that Saturday night main event is passed and Royal Rumble's this weekend.
I'm excited for this Royal Rumble.
Yeah, well, because it's one of those ones, and last year was kind of the same. You didn't really know who was going to win, but this year,
last year was nowhere near as stacked as this year.
There's so many possibilities.
As confirmed entrants, I don't even remember all the entrants.
Only like a third, only like 10 people have been declared.
Yeah.
For the Rumble, so we got like 20 entries that we don't know who it's going to be.
10 in the women's and then 15 in the men's that declared.
Wow, so there's 15 entries. We don't know who it's going to be yet.
So it's Sami Zayn declared too.
Okay.
Yeah, so, and then there's a bunch of other people.
So I know we're going to make our Rumble predictions at the end, but while we're talking about this, if you, out of those 15 that haven't declared yet, if you had to pick one person to make a surprise entry into the Rumble, who would you pick?
I think Uncle Howdy's going to come out.
Yeah?
I'm just saying that's my prediction. It's going to be at least another legend.
Okay.
Not Hulk Hogan. Maybe The Undertaker? I think it's going to be The Rock that didn't glare and come back.
Okay. It's a possibility, especially if he's going to be involved in WrestleMania. What better way to, get involved in things than surprising everyone at the Royal Rumble?
So, Rhea beat Nia Jax, as we predicted. No one interfered or anything. She just plain out beat her. Hit her with, I think it was 2 riptides, actually, that she hit her with, and then she pinned her, and that was it.
That was the end of the match.
Yeah.
Yep, we both saw that going that way. No surprise there. Still curious to see what her program is going to be for WrestleMania, right? Who is going to be stepping up to challenge her for that world title?
Yeah. Charlotte Flair, Rhea Ripley rematch of WrestleMania 39.
That'd be the 3rd time they faced off at WrestleMania.
Because COVID year they faced off in WrestleMania too.
That's right.
Yeah. That's when Rhea was back in NXT still.
That's right.
She was just getting the call up.
That was for the NXT Championship.
Yeah.
At WrestleMania.
Yeah. So next we have the contract signing. Shawn Michaels gave, like I said, Kevin Owens took over, and Shawn Michaels gave a Sweet Chin music to Kevin Owens.
You nailed that prediction.
Yep.
Yeah, that was awesome.
Yeah.
It's been a long time since we saw a really good Sweet Chin music, so that was fun to watch.
Yeah.
I don't know how that's going to play into the match at Royal Rumble. I still think there's an outside possibility.
Yeah.
Owens can somehow pick
Pull
up the
it
win.
off, yeah.
But my money would probably be on Cody.
Yeah. So, who do you think's going to win the Royal Rumble?
Who do I think's going to win the Royal Rumble? I'm rolling with my man that I always roll with until he finally wins it. Is that CM Punk?
Yeah. Who do you want to win? Like we're
CM
doing.
Punk.
Yeah, CM Punk.
Well, you know me. I'm the biggest CM Punk fan in the world. He's
your Netflix account is even CM Punk.
my avatar.
So,
yeah.
I have Roman winning it. I changed my prediction, and I want CM Punk to win.
Yeah. You want CM Punk to win, but you think Roman's going to win.
Yeah.
Okay, I could see that.
Yeah.
It is a stacked one.
Yeah.
Wouldn't be surprised if John Cena pulls it off.
Yeah, I think he's going to win the Elimination Chamber, not the Royal Rumble.
And grab a title match that way.
Has John Cena ever won the Elimination Chamber?
Yes, he has.
Yeah, I remember that.
As a matter of fact,
he might have won 2, actually.
Yeah, and I think the first one he was in was
he was like younger, right?
What's
he won one young, and then he won one in 2017.
So what I was getting at is the first one where the sort of first time a Money in the Bank briefcase was cashed in.
Yeah.
Was when Edge cashed in on John Cena.
Oh yeah, I remember
Cena
that.
Won an Elimination Chamber
I remember
match.
that. So what's your picks for the women's?
I do think it'll be Charlotte Flair.
Yeah.
I think she'll come back, sometime in, pick 25 later in the match or something like that. And
kind of like a CM Punk 27 or something.
Yeah, I think she'll be in there late, and I think she'll pull it out and end up challenging Tiffany Stratton.
Yeah, I think it's going to be Charlotte Flair, but I want Becky Lynch to win. I think it would just be cool she's been gone for like almost a year now. Yes, it would be cool for her to win it.
Yeah, we'll see what happens. It's going to be a fun show.
Yeah.
Royal Rumble always is. Outside of WrestleMania, it's my favorite show of the year. So
it's just the exciting part of it. Yeah.
Yeah. I think we're going to have a guest picker for Royal Rumble. Are you going to make a selection, Jacob? Who do you think is going to win the Royal Rumble?
I have to go with John Cena.
Yeah?
Who do you want to win the Royal Rumble?
Roman Reigns.
Roman Reigns.
Okay.
Yep.
Well, we'll see what happens.
What about the women's? I know you don't know a lot about the women's. You have Charlotte Flair, Becky Lynch, Bianca Belair.
I'm going to go with Becky Lynch.
Okay, who do you want to win?
Stark Fair.
All right. So those are Jacob's predictions, guys.
All right.
I know.
And I think that's the end of the show for this week, right? So we're going to be back next week with a big Super Bowl preview show, breaking down matchups. Yep. And I know you're going to work hard on putting that together, and we'll see how it goes. And I'm sure we'll talk a little bit about what happened at the Royal Rumble, too, before we get into it.
Yep. So we'll see you. Episode 3.
See y'all later.
Yep.
See ya.